The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
What's up, everybody? It's the week of March 1st, 2021. My name is Taylor Cooper. This is Might Be Sports. With me, as always, Kevin Reevy. What's going on, Reevy?
I think you're going to see a guy who will go that inch with you.
Dude, you have a phenomenal Al Pacino impression.
I do a pretty good Al.
You're really good at it.
I want you to look to the man next to you. I think you're going to see a guy who will go that inch with you. I swear I know more than that, but yeah, sometimes I'll just call up friends. Well, this is like goes back in the day. I would call up my buddy Mike Kirk and I would leave a voicemail message all the time, be like, "Hi, Mike, how are you? This is Al. Just seeing what's up. I know we only talk via voicemail, but you're one of my closest friends, believe me." So yeah, it's
that's pretty awesome.
Just weird. I'm working on an Owen Wilson right now.
Oh,
but it's in the early stages.
Okay.
So let's see how this goes. I'm going to give it a shot here. This is the world premiere.
Wow.
So I don't know what to say. All right, I'm a little nervous to do this in public here, but I'm gonna work into it. It's gonna be good. Okay, lights, camera, action. Let's do this. Okay. Wow, this is so great. We do this podcast for so many people, and it's like we bring a lot of people joy, and that makes me happy. Wow. It's just an amazing thing. Taylor, what you do is amazing. You're a great person. You're a great guy. And I think the world of you, big guy. What do you think?
It's absolutely,
bad, right?
That's incredible, dude. It's incredible.
Okay, thank you.
That's really good, dude. That's really good. It's actually like I wasn't expecting it to be that good, and it was actually like really good. You built it up like it might be a letdown, and I was like, well, we'll see how this goes.
I've been working on it. I do a few impressions. I do a few good ones, and there's the Alf, which I haven't done in a while, but I don't think you can lose that one too much. Hey, Willie, I just flew in from Melmac, and boy, are my arms tired. Ha! I kill me. I mean, you have to be like over the age of 35 maybe to get that one.
Yeah. That's funny as shit.
So there you go. This is the show.
It's funny, like when like we call Finn, our dog, the best boy, and when I'm like trying to hype him up, I like get a high pitched voice, and Jackie said I sound like Mickey Mouse when I do it, and so then I just kind of changed it to actually sound like Mickey Mouse, like the best boy. he's the best boy.
That's really good. Really good.
For like how deep my voice is naturally when I do that, people are like, "What the fuck just happened?" He's the best
coming
boy.
From you, that's crazy.
So,
Mickey Mouse tools.
I
do a little bit of a Mickey also.
He's the best boy.
It's amazing.
I don't even know if I can say. I can't even say
do.
anything else as Mickey Mouse. Like I think that's it. Like I'd have to practice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's one. I do a Peter Griffin impression, but it's only one word. It's pretty much the only thing I can do. Peter. I can only say Peter. That's Peter. That's it. That's my Peter Griffin impression. It falls apart if I try to actually do it whole sentence.
Jackie kills Lois. She's like, "You're doing it, Peter." Whenever I'm doing a good job, she's like, "You're doing it, Peter."
This is our best episode.
It's absolutely 1,000%. We're always sponsored by Eunomia CBD. Make sure you go to eunomiacbd.com. Use promo code MBN. Get 20% off, free shipping, and a free gift. I talk about them all the time. It's not just because they pay us. They are absolutely, it's a fantastic product. We also have a new sponsor for this month. It's Linode. Go to linode.com/MBN for a free credit. Linode is the largest independent open cloud provider in the world, people. They're based in Philadelphia, and they want to help you with technology, computing, all that. Just go to linode.com/MBN for more details, and we'll be talking a lot more. It's LINODE. LINODE. Linode.com/MBN. And you'll get $100 free credit. I said it on news. It might not necessarily be for you as an individual, but it might help with your business. It might help at your job. Somebody at your job might might like the services that Linode offers. So make sure to check it out, linode.com/MBN. I actually have a cool little commercial for it. Let's just, I can just run that right now. Might as well. Are you into technology, website hosting, cloud computing, or know someone who is? Develop, deploy, and scale modern applications and websites faster and easier with Linode, the largest independent open cloud provider in the world. Get started on Linode today with $100 in free credit for listeners of the Might Be News Network. You can find all the details at linode.com/MBN. Based in Philadelphia's Old City, Linode's mission is to accelerate innovation by making cloud computing simple, affordable, and accessible to all. Learn more by visiting linode.com/MBN. Click on the Create Free Account button to get started. Yeah, that's a little commercial we got for them. You'll be hearing that commercial and a couple others that we have recorded throughout the month. We're very excited about it. It's been a little while since we've gotten a new sponsor, and they reached out and thought that we could do some work together. So if you're listening, make sure you go check it out. Also, another cool thing that happened just starting this week, make sure that if you are a fan of Might Be Sports, fan of Might Be News Network, to subscribe to the MBN Network YouTube channel. I have a new Monday through Friday little news show that I'm putting out exclusively on YouTube. It's about 5 minutes, give or take, long every day. And I'm just having a great time with it, so make sure you go check it out. It's called Yesterday in 5 Minutes. That's what the show is called. Every morning at 8 a.m., Monday through Friday, new episode comes out. So make sure you go to YouTube, check out MBN Network, follow us. There's the MBN Network on YouTube. Do not follow them. I mean, if you want to follow them, you can. I think it's like a religious thing, but they're not MBN Network. We're MBN Network. Follow us. Watch the show. One of the things I talk about in the episode and I'm putting out today is a major announcement that happened in Philadelphia this week. They are going to be letting people back into sporting events, which is huge. It's huge. I'm really, really excited about it.
Yeah, I remember where I was. It was one of those moments. I guess everybody kind of remembers where they were when things went crazy last year. And, there were different kind of mile markers for it as it went along. And one of the first ones was the incident with, I can't remember who that player was, who was kind of touching all the mics, and he ended up getting
Rudy Gobert. Was that who it was?
Right.
Yeah. Out in Utah, right? Yeah.
He was touching all the mics and kind of making a joke of the whole COVID thing. I think within 2 or 3 days, that all the dominoes started to fall. And Tom Hanks stuff, and then the 15 days to slow the spread, and then all that stuff. So it's very interesting. Like, I think of when when they announced that fans are allowed back into the games, I revert immediately back to like those early moments and all the discussion early on, and how it was like, man, are they going to be able to finish the NBA season, the NHL season?
Right.
And all kinds of unknowns. You're thinking, well, they're definitely going to get back. Like in a month from now, we'll get back. And here we are a year later, and it's just, nobody's back in the stands. And they had to totally rewrite the way sports are played. And man, speaking of, it's kind of funny. I'm going to bring up Mike Kirk, who I think is a listener of the show. I'm going to bring him up twice in one show. I made a very bad bet with him last year that sports would just not, like, I did not include the NFL, but I said MLB, NBA, NHL, they're done for the rest of the calendar year. And I forgot. I plumb forgot that a new season starts for the NBA and NHL before the new calendar year.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm just thinking like, okay, baseball is going to be done at this point. They're not going to be able to play the season. And it just, that more like early on, the first 2 months kind of into the whole thing, you couldn't imagine sports getting along because you have to travel, and travel was done. These players have to play together in close proximity. Just didn't seem feasible. So I just made a bet with him, and I just said, there's no way they're going to finish out the calendar year. Plum forgot that, a whole new season starts before the damn new year.
Yeah.
So I made the stupidest bet of all time. I gave him like odds on this bet. He got odds.
Yeah. Wow.
I think I owed him like $100, like on a $50 bet. I might not have included baseball. I'm not sure, but I remember I was so confident, just thinking like, "Yo, yeah, the seasons are done." But that's when you're in uncharted territory, what the hell do you do?
Right.
I make stupid bets apparently, but yeah, it's going to be fun to see people in the stands. That's part of what I love about sports.
Yeah,
it's not the same at all when it's just an empty arena.
Like we talked last NBA season during the bubble about the different improvements that the NBA kind of made to the presentation of the game, and the virtual fans was pretty cool, and just different things that they did to kind of liven up the presentation of this weird bubble atmosphere that they were playing in. Now that they're not doing that, it's kind of cringy watching Sixers games right now. Like whenever they show the 5 people scattered around the stadium, and there's a DJ playing in there, and there's dancers just around the stadium in different socially distanced places, and it's just this weird thing where it's like there's literally tarps over all the seats. There's no one there. There's a couple people like in the nosebleeds here and there, and there's a couple people in like the boxes and stuff, but other than that, there's nothing going on. And it's I've said it many times on this show and other shows that going to Sixers games is my favorite ticket in town. So many people pick the Eagles. It's a great atmosphere and da-da-da-da. There's a million reasons why the Eagles are the best ticket in town. But for me personally, I love going to Sixers games. I love Wells Fargo Center. I love the atmosphere of the court. I love it when the team is good, obviously. And the team is really fucking good. So, like, I can't wait to go cheer on Doc Rivers and the Sixers. I can't wait to boo Danny Green. I can't wait to, just be back in that atmosphere, even if it's going to be significantly less people. So it looks like for right now, starting Sunday, March 7th, they're going to start allowing 3,100 people, give or take, into the Wells Fargo for Sixers and Flyers games. So that's really exciting news. They're going to be letting about.
What were they getting when they were tanking? How many fans were they getting per game? It might have been around that.
Maybe that, yeah. Maybe that, yeah. I went to a couple of those tanking games, and they were pretty fucking empty.
So it's going to be business as usual.
Yeah. And then for Citizens Bank Park, for the Phillies, they're going to be letting in around 8,800 fans. So significantly more just simply because it's outside. But prior to this, they were only letting in, I think it was 300 or 500 people. So significantly different numbers, less tarps on the seats, a little bit more of a good time and a fun atmosphere. What's going to be interesting to see, though, is how spaced out the fans are going to be. If they're just going to block off entire sections. I kind of imagine it being if you go to a restaurant right now where one table closed, one table closed. Maybe they just have every other section open, maybe. I don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see how that all happens, and I'll be in line to try and get a ticket here. I'm dying to do something. We Jackie and I haven't even been to Philadelphia in literally since this whole thing started. So we used to go to Flyers games, Sixers games all the time. So I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for this. And they're saying
the numbers look good.
Biden just said today that he's expecting to have enough vaccines for everyone in America by the end of May. So we'll see.
It's such a joke, by the way.
We'll see if that happens.
When I was a kid, I just thought all the adults were smart. And this whole year, we learned that adults just don't know anything.
They're just not prepared. They're not prepared for anything.
There's a lot of dum-dums out there. Mm-hmm. A lot of dum-dums with doctorates in front of their name.
Yeah.
So, I don't. Last week, he was saying end of July or sometime in the fall, and then but the numbers just look so good. It's just stop making predictions.
Well, I think that this Johnson & Johnson shot really kind of stepped the game up, and the fact that it's a one and done deal is a big deal too. So that's going to speed things up a lot too. So hopefully, I'm on board. My mom just sent me a message today. She's getting her first shot sometime next week. So that's all I'm waiting for is my mom, my grandparents, my wife, the people that I care about the most to all right, cool. We're good. we're good. And that's, oh my God, like it was a nice day outside yesterday. It's like a fucking just a hint of spring, and it's like it's coming, sunshine,
Yeah,
it's
it's gonna be
coming.
great.
And dude, because I can't wait. I can't wait to have you back in the studio. I had Mr. Steve over for news on Friday, and it was the first time, the second time that I've had somebody here to record, and we've done almost 100 episodes total since since we've been back. So it's like it's mind blowing that it's been an entire year since I've actually given you a fist bump when you walk in the door. Like, that's ridiculous to me. It's really
I got
crazy.
a new William Murray suit picked out for just that occasion.
Yes.
I'm gonna be looking pretty fly for a white guy when I come in
Fuck yeah,
next
dude.
time.
That's
It's
awesome.
gonna be awesome.
That's good shit.
But yeah, like I was gonna say, I've been saying for years, like my frustration with weather people, what do they call them, meteorologists, and the like. It's not that they get it wrong.
yeah.
It's that they're so sure of themselves. And I never understood why it has to be a black or white issue, why it has to be it's going to snow this much tomorrow starting at 8 a.m., period.
Yeah.
What I've always wanted from meteorologists is we feel pretty strong that, tomorrow it's going to snow. We give it like a 77% chance. Look for it to start around, like 8 a.m. There's a chance that I'm wrong and maybe it starts by like noon. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I've never gotten pissed when those people get it wrong. They're predicting the future. It's just give me a little bit more information. Like, I don't want to hear doctors and whoever politicians say, yeah, we're looking to next fall to get everything opened up. Don't tell me that. Just tell me what you're thinking. Tell me the process that got you there, and tell me the process of how it might be sooner.
Right.
Or
Give me like
how it might be later.
Don't give me
Because if I'm listening to you last week, the idea of it opening next month would be impossible.
right.
But now we know that's different. So I just want the full conversation.
Don't give me the best case scenario. Don't give me the worst case scenario. Give me something in between, like a realistic figure. You know what I mean? Like everything
like
is
all
just
the
so
scenarios.
sensationalized.
Like,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's a trip, man. It really is.
Because we can see, like, the numbers look great. We can see where it's going, and it looks like it's going in a good direction. So let's, have a little bit of positivity in that message, even if you're Dr. Fauci and you're not thinking so positive. Give us the scenarios where it could be better. But again, you know what? That's what doctors do.
Yeah.
Doctors that you go in and they say, all right, lose 20 pounds, stop smoking, stop drinking, stop having fun. They're supposed to be, the wet blanket. So
Sure,
I think
sure.
we kind of, this past year, we think like doctors are the end all be all and, whatever they say is gospel, when we've been ignoring doctors for centuries. Like, that's what we do. That's in our DNA. So we don't ignore them, but we take with what they say with a grain of salt. It's just the way it is. So when Dr. Fauci says sometime in 2024 we can get back to normal, I'm like, all right, we're going to be done with you in about 2 months. So, all right, just walk away.
I take this whole thing being able to hopefully purchase Sixers tickets after Sunday as a major positive step in the right direction, and it feels like things are certainly trending in the right direction. I mean, you look at as we're sitting here recording on Tuesday, they just opened up the entire state of Texas, including 0 mask mandates. So like, we'll see the negative repercussions for going from 0 to 100, but we'll just hope that everything works and everything's okay, because all I care about is just trying to just get back to some semblance of normal, even if it means that I still need to wear masks going places. Like, I just
Right.
want to see people. That's all. So it
And how
seems
about
like
this?
we're going that
so
way.
You know me, and some people may think I'm not as flexible as I consider myself to be, but you know me from the start.
Yes.
I wouldn't say I'm an anti-mask guy, but I wasn't on board with most of the rules as they went along.
Sure.
Well, I can tell you what, like after a year of wearing the mask, I haven't had so much as like a stuffy nose since
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
December 2019,
Dude,
January
doctors
2020.
are like, yo, like the flu is like almost non-existent this year because nobody's going out, nobody's doing anything, everybody's wearing masks and staying home when they're sick. And I mean, generally, this whole thing has kind of made a bunch of people healthier.
Yeah. If I'm not trying to get sick, if something's coming up, I might just wear a mask if I'm going to be around a lot of people. I mean, as long as it's, socially acceptable.
Yeah, sure. I mean, sure. Yeah. Well,
I think the only one, walking around with a mask. I mean, I would rather get sick than be a social leper.
Yeah.
So let's just get that out of the way. I'm vain. All right. I'm not proud of that, but it's just, it is what it is. But if masks are socially acceptable in the future, I'm going to wear a mask every now and then because I know the damn thing helps. Shoot, I mean, I have not gotten sick, not in the least.
I just got one
with my allergies.
I just got one that like fits to my face like perfectly. Like, so I just got a mask that like I'm generally excited to wear every day. So I'm not mad about it. But let's move on to a major news sporting news story that kind of came up a couple days ago now. Free agent J.J. Watt just signed a 2-year deal with the Arizona Cardinals, reuniting him with what's his name? Hopkins. What's his first name? Right. Leonard Hopkins? I'm fucking up. Anyway. DeAndre Hopkins. Jesus, thank you. 2-year, $31 million deal with the Cardinals. $28, I think, million of that is guaranteed. I've always liked J.J. Watt. I think he's a great dude. He's like proved that over and over again. Very generous guy. Very connected with his community and on and on and on. But I just feel like in the past couple years, certainly the past couple years, he hasn't been the most. He's been injury prone a little bit. Like he hasn't been the most sturdy guy.
Right.
And so I guess we'll just have to see what happens. I mean, I hope that it's a good move for him. I hope that he does well out there and succeeds. They got a nice little squad out there in Arizona. So he's I'm sure a very welcome addition to that team. So what do you think about that?
Well, yeah, I said before that I kind of see J.J. Watt. I compare him a little bit to like a defensive version of Tom Brady in a way. Tom Brady, we wouldn't say is the most talented quarterback in the NFL. Probably wouldn't put him. Maybe he's just outside the top 5. I'd have to think about that, but for sure behind Patrick Mahomes, and you'd probably say Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, but right around there.
Russell Wilson,
J.J. Watt,
yeah,
nowhere near the best defensive player on his side of the ball, or on his side of the defense, on the defensive line. For sure not as good as he used to be. But I think he's just one of those guys, like when Tom Brady went to Tampa Bay, there's just something to that. It legitimizes the whole thing. It legitimizes the whole team. Everyone just seems to get on the same page. The goal becomes winning. How many players, teammates of Tom Brady said that, he was on them with the late night text messages, really rallying the team to believe that they were the best team in the NFL. I think J.J. Watt can kind of be that guy on defense, even if he's not the best, if he's not, the version that he used to be.
Yeah.
So I like that. I didn't really like it for the Cardinals. That was what it was a little confusing to me. On paper, you look at Kyler Murray's stats, and I guess he improved. He was a Pro Bowler on his first season. I was just way higher on Kyler Murray after year 1 than after year 2. I mean, he threw, 26 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. That's an improvement from the prior year, 20 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. But you got to factor in he had DeAndre Hopkins. When it came right down to it, they were 8-8. Again, an improvement from their first year when they were 5-10-1. But I just wanted more out of him. I thought he would take a much bigger leap. And I think his size kind of it showed last year, where I thought he proved me wrong the first year. I thought he might have been too small in cold weather, in wet weather. I didn't feel like he had a really good handle on the football. And
those tiny
I guess
hands.
by the end of the first year, he proved me wrong. he kind of got it done. He was much better than I thought he was going to be. But by year 2, he didn't make that leap for me. So I wonder what he's going to be long term. Is this team ready to win now? I mean, J.J. Watt, right there, you're thinking he's got 2 years left, max. Are they in that position to win right now?
Uh-oh. Kevin Reeves freezing.
Yeah, this is Zoom or whatever we're calling this, whatever the hell we're using. This is our life now, but we'll be getting back to normal soon. That was bound to happen. We've done this like 20 times.
Yeah, it doesn't really happen much with us. Meanwhile, like other people have some serious issues. Yeah, it's tough. But I agree. Like, I don't really see the Cardinals as a win now kind of team, and I don't really see J.J. Watt contributing, much more than my opinion closer to that. Like, I don't know, man. Like, they just don't strike me as that kind of squad right now. But at the same time, anything can happen in the NFC. It's certainly wide open. It's not the NBA. So you never know. You never know what's going to happen in the NFL. Let's go to the week and get out of here.
Yeah, I just wondered, can Kyler Murray be a Super Bowl winning quarterback? I don't know. We'll see. I
think his hands are way too small for that. Here's Go to the Week.
Might Be Sports presents the greatest of all time.
Of the week. So, I've been playing a lot of NBA 2K20 lately just because I really enjoy playing basketball video games, but I was going to make myself the Go to the Week because I made myself in that game just to replace Danny Green. And I'm doing a really great job. He is a nobody and easily forgotten in my NBA 2K20 world. But because that's not real life and I actually suck at basketball in real life, I'm going to nominate my wife, Jackie, as Go to the Week just simply because this whole podcast network thing is very ambitious. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort on my part, and it takes me away from her quite a bit. But she doesn't complain. She doesn't bitch about it. She doesn't whine about it. And I just started this Monday through Friday YouTube show, and she's super supportive of it and just all the way in with me and sharing the shit out of it and sending it to people. And she is just the most fantastic person, and shout out to Jackie. Clear cut. Go to the week. I appreciate your support. Reevy, what do you got?
All right, my guy this week. It was weird. I got kind of pulled into this weird Twitter conversation over the weekend from a guy. Check him out on Twitter. He has some interesting baseball stats he throws out every once in a while. Tony Wench, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce the name, but it's at TWUENCH. So basically, Curt Schilling got into the conversation, and Curt Schilling would be my goat of the week in this scenario because he made a very interesting point. I know a little bit about baseball. It's my favorite sport historically, and I've never heard this really. And it was a very interesting thing Curt Schilling said, one of the greatest postseason pitchers of all time, a real workhorse in his day. He said, I was taught those 27 outs were mine. So he's referring to the 27 outs, 9 innings, 3 outs per inning, 27 outs in a game. I was taught those 27 outs were mine. I was being paid to get them all. Not 18, 22, or 23, but all 27. That's how and why you did what you did preparing for the season. Ready to go 9 opening day or else you weren't doing your job. So it's a very interesting quote. I've never heard a starting pitcher say that those 27 outs were mine. That was my job. Today's day and age, a pitcher is expected to go out there for 4 innings. It was a different time. It's very interesting to hear a pitcher say that. It's an old school mentality.
Yeah. Very good. Kevin Reevy, man, thank you so much for spending this episode with me, dude. I appreciate it.
Good time, man.
We're always sponsored by Eunomia CBD. Go to eunomiacbd.com. Use promo code MBN. Get 20% off, free shipping, and a free gift. Also, check out Linode.com/MBN for a free $100 credit. Linode is the largest independent open cloud provider in the world. Go there now. Also, MBNnetwork.com. Check out Yesterday in 5 Minutes on YouTube. Peace out, Reeve.
See ya.